Oh la la! The Golden Crew is present, ladies and gentlemen. The Golden Crew is present. And so, I shall provide... Oopsies, we are on the wrong website, Reno. Now we are on the correct website, Reno. Does anyone know what this variation is called that is currently on the board? Oh, yay, it's Trey! Howdy, buddy. I'm glad to hear. I am very, very glad to hear. I've got a ginormous lag on my stream, which is very concerning. What happened right now? You have all the right equipment now, buddy. That's what she said too. What's the story, bruv? I'm going to play tennis, by the way, after Frankenstein Dracula. That's right. It's in my course too, by the way. Yeah, I'm gonna play tennis after this stream as well. If anyone is wondering about what's good in life. Right, in the wrong fat body. Surely that is not you, Rengao. You are notoriously famous for your dashing looks, the body of a Greek god. What the heck are you going on about, bruv? Unacceptable answers all around. Alright, what would you say, ladies and gentlemen, if today we dedicated some time, not a lot, 2 minutes give or take, to learning and improving, God forbid. We want to improve. And for that, ladies and gentlemen, we are going to look at some wild shenanigans. Who is up for wild shenanigans? I am. Alright, let's get rolling. Today's game is going to be very, very difficult and complicated, very high level stuff. So I would like to invite everyone to do their absolute best today in the paying attention department, because this is gonna be high octane, high hitting, epic chess. Our two helpers in the cause, I need to turn my hat around because there's still a blur on my forehead. Our two helpers today, going to be two noobs. Oh wow, even my hat burns. That's rough. Lenier Perez Dominguez. And in the black trunks, it is Andrejkin. So two decent chess players. And they are going to battle it out in a Neo Paulsen, aka Khan. Hey, Seb Chess, howdy, buddy, howdy. Howdy. Knight c3, bishop b4. Legal moves. Definitely legal moves. Nice one, Bonapool. Nice one, nice one, nice one. Get out of here. Bishop e3, d6. I'm going to blitz through the opening because we are going to be middle game focused in this scenario. Rook to fc1. Now this move did get a exclamation mark, question mark from the author, saying that we don't often see these two rooks together. And I don't want to trump Sokolov here because he is one of the best chess coaches in the world. So am I. But I would like to add that actually the rook placement on fc1 is not unusual at all. But what is and here I'm talking now Grandmaster level stuff, by the way, and I only know it because someone taught me this. The idea is that white is best off to play something like b4 and wait for black to commit to what rook setup they want to do. And one of the most common one that black does here is that they put the rook on c8 and then they put the queen on b8 or a8. So that is the queen's path, and it is often associated with a follow-up plan of bishop here, d5, and attack on the king side. Now against this, the best rook placement is exactly what we saw in the game with rook c1 and rook b1, because the rooks are bearing down on the queen side very annoyingly, which is where white wants to play, by the way, usually by playing knight b3, a4, a5, to name one of the main ideas. On the other hand, if the black queen does not commit to this plan, then it's best to put the rooks on c1, d1, according to the greatest theoreticians of Hedgehog. So yeah, we could say that rook ac1 is early, but we certainly shouldn't say that this rook placement is unusual. It is not. It's just, yeah, it needs to be timed well. Welcome in Jesmonton, welcome in Kalos, welcome in everybody. Okay, rook c8 was played, and a4 was played. Again, I would stress that in my opinion, this is slightly unusual. More common is to play b4 first, and then later on a4, a5. Mark M1721, Mr. Andrash, I'm so thankful to you. Apart from the reason I trained by myself, because of your videos, I have progressed over the past half a year and qualified for the Latvian Chess Championship for the first time in 4 years. Booyah, baby! Booyah! That is a boomski. I said that's a boomski. Why is my boomski not playing?
Madness. This is Sparta!
This is Sparta, friend. I'm very proud of you. Very proud of you. Welcome in, Gypsy. So, and welcome in the King Charles Cavalier. Welcome everyone in. All the heavy hitters are here. Right, so a4 was played. And at this point, black played a move that is nothing short of jaw-dropping, in my opinion. It is one of the most anti-positional moves I can think of at first sight. But in fact, it is going to turn out to be a positionally sound idea. And as such, it's just sheer insanity. I think I need to change my hat because the color still allows it to blur. Or burn, rather. Is it possible to play g5, g4 after rook g8 is inserted? Yes, that's also part of the queen b8, bishop c7, bishop d8, bishop c7 plan. That was the Fischer plan, to play king h8, rook g8, excuse me, and then g5, g4. I think we might see similar ideas to that in this game as well. More chirp is in the house. Welcome in, brother. Welcome in. So, the crazy city move that Andrei Kim played here that made this game so famous was pawn to a5. Now, that is nothing, absolutely nothing short of an eyesore of a move. It's so utterly ugly. Yeah, this is like Londoners would weep when they see a move like this. It's absolutely insane. But the point behind a5 is that at the cost of completely surrendering b5 square, black has managed to slow down, in fact completely halt white's queenside initiative, which is largely associated with the idea of b4. So as long as we can keep the d6 pawn alive, we are going to be golden. It is absolutely bananas. Watch what happens. Knight d5, queen b8. We needed to keep a cover on the d6 pawn, bishop f4, and knight e5. This is stock standard in the hedgehog, by the way, this knight e5 idea. However, one point of comparison here too again should be that in the line b4, bishop back, knight b3, bishop here, bishop f4, with rook on d1 for the record, but I just want to demonstrate a point. When we play knight e5, here takes and c5 is an extremely common idea by white, especially when the king is already on h1, when white focuses all of their army and their forces and even their plans on the queen side, and the extra pawn for black on the king side amounts to nothing. And this is a very annoying strategy. The engine, generally speaking, holds this for black. I have been on the black side of this multiple times, and I found it very, very difficult to play. Very difficult. And not fun at all. And so, if we do now that famous comparison that so often chess understanding relies upon, you realize that here, taking on e5 is an outright positional blunder, almost a game-losing one. I would go as far as saying that, because after d, white cannot at all execute any kind of queenside plan. Bishop c5 check is going to absolutely dominate, in fact, the dark-colored complex, and it's going to be all about black. Black, 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 and nothing but black. Carlos Vivani, yeah, I am. By the way, I'm sorry guys, but because of my bandwidth is limited today due to every single family member watching Netflix right now, I am not watching the channel on YouTube. So I'm going to have to apologize to the YouTube chatters now, but I won't be able to respond to you unless I take a look at the screen at the right time, because Twitch actually merges, or rather Streamlabs merges the chats onto the screen. Alright, so knight e5 was played. As I said, capture is entirely out of the question. And so, white played b3 to defend the c4 pawn. Rook f d8. That gives extra stability to d6, also discourages white to take. And king h1. Now, at this point, I think it's a very good idea to take stock. By the way, someone just followed me and I don't know who it was. And I would like to apologize to that person. And once again, shout out to Mark M. I would like to see your games buddy from the Latvian Championship. You are gonna kill it. Yeah, you are going to be killing it. Alright, so what I wanted to say was that what appears to me to be very apparent in this position is that white does not have any constructive plans available whatsoever, like none. And so I would already prefer to play this with black, because there is a lot more legroom to be creative on the king side with black than whatever white can throw at us here. And in that spirit, by the way, black played here a complete bananas move. Any guess in the chat what black did here? Mark, what's your current over the board rating, buddy? G5 is hanging, buddy. That's not gonna cut it, Jazz. King h8 is playable, but considering the current situation on the board, I don't think that we have got what it takes to play for this plan, because it's 1, 2, 3, 4 moves to play g5. That to me appears a little bit too hefty. I may be wrong, and it may be a legit plan, but there is a different idea to play on the king side, which I like just as much. Cartoon book nerd, welcome in. So any other idea than the stock standard king here, rook here, and then g5? By the way, rook fd8 also contradicts this whole story, because why did we play rook fd8 if we want to put this rook to g8, right? Yeah, you could go h6 g5. But once again, I'm pushing for a different idea other than g5. If I recall rightly, John Bartholomew did a video about this a fair while ago, where he was promoting the idea of h5 for black. And I really, really like it. And that's exactly what was played here too. The idea is a different kind of domination of the dark squares. What black is hoping to do is drop the knight back to g6, play h4. So assuming it's black to move knight g6, bishop buggers off h4, knight h5. And now we're beginning to clamp down on these dark squares. And with an eventual d5 blasting it open, we are going to have a heck of a great time. So, h5 played. Bishop f1 played. I don't really want to go into the white moves here because we are having a good time here with the black. Also, Mark, please keep us posted about your performance. Both knight g6 and h4 is fine. h4 was played. Queen f2. And that seems like a dirty. That does seem like a dirty, because it's hitting two things at once. How should we respond, ladies? Not the way how black did according to the engine. There is an absolutely sensational tactical idea here that I really, really like for black. Lurking Babe! I like ladies in the house. I like ladies in the house. Welcome in. Welcome in, Lurking Babe. Knight g6. Oh, happy Women's International Day. Or, yeah, that thing. I celebrate ladies every day of the year, so yeah. You are 2000 OTB. I'm very happy for you. That's awesome. That is absolutely legend. Also, by the way, welcome to the Kick. Can you guys check how many viewers we have on Kick? Just out of curiosity. H3. H3 is going to be played at one point in the game, and I do like it. But there is an insanely cool tactic here. I would miss it every day of the week. No, I wouldn't. Check this out. Black plays d5. Now taking on b6 is suicide, because then bishop c5 comes. I'll come back to that, Mark. And if they take on d5, then comes the genius idea, knight d3. Wow. Absolute wowzers. And now everything is hanging, man. Like, that's hanging, that's hanging, that's hanging. Everything is hanging. Bishop d3 is more or less forced. Takes obviously suicidal, because after take bishop c5. Now, yeah, white is facing tragic losses. So, yeah, bishop d3 is forced. Queen takes f4. And now d is not playable. And if queen b6, then just simply bishop a8. And now h3 is a threat. Bishop c5 is a threat. Black has got tremendous counterplay for the sacrificed timber. They didn't do it though, which was very unfortunate. They played rook c5. Chess on Earth, welcome in. Mark asked knight h5. Yeah, I don't know about this because now for the first time I feel like this may be okay for white. Unless of course I get mated here. Is this a forced mate, by the way? And I simply can't stop king here, rook here, and then king g6 mate? That would be epic, right? Okay, let's try to deal with this for white. b4. What is the fastest way to organize guys our army onto the H file? Oh, wait for it. This is genius. This is genius. We play, let's say g5, takes, king g7, and now the threat is rook here, and I don't think white can stop it. Oh, wait, they have bishop. Bishop d3 is the only way to stop the check, 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 and then check, checkmate, correct? Am I right or am I right? The only way to prevent that is bishop d3, so that the king can run, correct? Yes. And according to the engine, this wins for white with bishop d3 now. Shit. Oh man, I felt like I was a genius. Okay, so what then? Obviously we can do bishop e3, but then the bishop gets attacked, right? Then I was thinking bishop f2, rook e2. Oh, wait, now if we do this, is it better? Or they still have this? But now if they go bishop d3, I then can just take the rook and then the bishop as well. It's so good to be so good at this chess coaching thing, man. Wow, man. Wowzers. That is so cool. That is so cool. And according to the engine, even this one wins for white. That's so unreal. Yeah, because again, I have to go rook h8, and then they play bishop d3, and I can't win enough material. And white wins. Okay. So, that doesn't quite win either. I'm getting excited about absolute garbage lines. That shows my passion for chess, right? Now, if only I was passionate about being accurate. So, are you guys telling me there's no mate here? Can't be right. What? Okay, the engine says bishop e3, rook e1, bishop f2, rook e2, and then rook d6. Oh, I get it. What a genius move. Threatens to trap the queen. Hello? Yeah, and if they take, then I take, and now I am 2 moves away from mate. Jeez Louise. Well, they are marching if they can dodge the mate. So the engine's line is absolutely bonkers. Takes, queen e7, bishop d3, check here, check here, check here, and you take... Whoa, that sounded like a raid. And you take a1. No, it wasn't a raid. And now there are two dudes hanging. Oh, Georgie the G with the dono through Super Chat. So that was on YouTube. Thank you, Georgie. You are a fair dinkum legend. I'm very sorry, guys. I cannot read now the YouTube chat. But please, if you want to watch it on YouTube, by all means, stay there. Yeah. And black is better. Black is better. How the heck did we get to this line, by the way? Just asking for a friend because I forgot. Oh, yeah, it was the knight h5 idea from Mark. Yeah, right. Yeah, so I reckon after knight h5, white should just pull back, and this is very awkwardly hanging now. Yeah. Yeah. Okay, let's go with the game. So rook c5 was played in the game. Bishop e3. Mimes, I struggle with capturing pieces. Just hit them in the face. Black to move, play a genius move. In the meantime, I'm going to open up a window because I'm cooking here. Be right back. I was wondering what the heck that music was. Oops. Gypsy, you fair dinkum legend. By the way, and that just reminded me of something. Believe it or not, that little animation that I chose to play for the donations actually gets a copyright warning. As in, I get a copyright warning. So YouTube doesn't let me put that out on YouTube. I have to edit it out afterwards. So I was supposed to, or I was meant to, mute the donation alert because it's a copyrighted piece of music. Unbelievable. Absolutely unreal. All right, so what was the suggestion? And thank you. Yeah, 3 seconds. That's about it. Yep. So once again, a massive shout out to Gypsy for the $40 dono and D5. This is the move, guys. Yeah, I'm not saying it, by the way, to encourage you or to discourage you from donating. On the contrary, you are more than welcome to make me work harder and edit videos post-production. Not only can we not swear and use dirty jokes anymore, but apparently also I have to be very, very careful with music. The Charlie Files video, I had to edit about 700 times because I couldn't find a dang royalty-free music to play instead of the X-File music, which was in the initial file, by the way, just FYI. Anyway, back to business. D5, very, very awesome move. Positional exchange Saccarino. Unacceptable as well. Let's have a look at what happens if they take, shall we? Bishop takes, queen takes h4, d takes e, and now this position is ripping open for 1984. Yeah, ripping open for all the black diagonally moving pieces. It is just sheer carnage. Takes, knight g4, and knight f2 is virtually unstoppable. this is brutal, man. Absolute brutal. And this is against Dominguez Perez, right? It was like 27-50. Obviously, Dominguez did not take c5. Instead, he took. Took again. LJD chess in the house. Andreikin is black. Andreikin. Alright, give me another sexy move. Let's pursue this attack like our life depended on it. Rook takes c3 would be a little bit too cocky. Remember that the idea is not to sacrifice an exchange at all cost. The idea why we allowed the exchange sack on c5 because we got the dark squared bishop for it. But rook c3, knight c3 accomplishes absolutely zilch. So that's no bueno. Now knight g4 is a very interesting idea. And I am actually in struggle town to figure out immediately why. Oh yeah, I know why it wasn't played. Because after take, I have got queen g1. And the queen defends both the mate and the bishop. So I don't think this works at all. Yeah, this is not playable. It looks very attractive, but no bueno. No bueno. We need better. H3. That's it, ladies and gentlemen. Now it's this diagonal that we need to rip into. And boy, is it gonna hurt big time. Rook d1 was played. Knight takes d5 was played. That's very logical. I'm not going to comment on that. Bishop takes. Queen g3. Funnily enough, by the way, and this is why chess is so beautiful, this position is still dead even, according to the engine. But if you are a human, you are pooping the pants here big time that you are about to get gutted completely. Alright. Knight c3 was played. Rook d8 was played, and that is a game-losing mistake. Knight c3 was best. When hg, bishop, g, bishop d4 would have led to a very complex position, but nothing decisive whatsoever. Yeah, but rook d8 is actually outright game losing, believe it or not. Like, that's all it takes to completely derail. Obviously, after knight takes white, black has a super easy win. I will let the chat come up with the goods here. Gypsy says, why not knight d5 before h3? Because h3 adds an extra layer of damage to the king here and here, and you can always take d5. Right, so why was this the bow tie club?
Welcome to the jungle. We got fun and games.
Don't have much time to stick around, but just popping in to give you my prime sub. 6 months now. Cheers, Andres, and thanks for everything you do for the chess community.
You are a legend, Mr. Bowtie. Yes, so the idea is that knight takes c3 loses to this marvelous double attack. Knight e2 is not, even knight e2 is not good enough because although it defends the mate and hits the queen, but now a1 is hanging. So, queen e5 was played instead. Everyone saw that coming. What now? What now? Yeah, knight d1. Knight d1 is the ripper move here. A really unusual route to get to the white king, but knight f2 is not stoppable. They played rook a2. What do we do? Knight b5, bishop d4 is a very curious way to immediately lose the game. I hate to tell you this, Boston Madman, because I know that you meant well. But actually, takes, bishop d4, loses to rook d1. Ouch. This is a timely reminder that we always need to be aware and alert that our opponent is allowed to tactics as well. Very good question. So, knight d1, rook a2, and we still need to play. You must repent. Thank you for following. Yeah, what do we do here? 65 USD, sir, currently fully booked. That's alright, Buster Madman. It's all good. It was a very good question, so I'm very glad you did it, actually. I'm very glad you did it. So where do we go, if at all? Maybe we take, maybe we go queen h4, maybe we do king h7, zugzwang. What do we do? By the way, guys, there is a... Oh, the Red River Trapper! The Canadian legend. Dude, I have been thinking of you because I haven't seen you for ages. I saw that you put on some stuff on sale on Facebook, on Marketplace, but other than that, it seemed to me that you have vanished from existence. I hope that you're doing well family-wise and chess-wise too. Hope the girls are doing great, mister. And if you have got a ripper of a chess game, I would love to see what my good old Red River Trapper friend is up to. Queen h4. Yeah, I don't know, man. Like, there is a check here that may be annoying. I don't know. I actually, first and foremost... Oh, we want knight f2, right? Maybe just knight d4 to blunten the diagonal. Yeah, the cleanest win, according to Andrei Kin, is knight e3. Very simply increasing the pressure on these guys. And also, piss off, introducing this. Yeah. Chessable is going actually pretty big this year, bigger than ever. I'm gonna do... Fam is great, thank you. Fam is great. I'm gonna do this year at least 4 courses. So yeah, this year's Chessable is gonna be big. Potentially 5 even. There's a lot going on Chessable wise. Still playing chess, Red River? Okay, let's go. 93 knight c3 was played. I mean, that's a very sad admission that something has gone completely awry. I always thought that that word was pronounced as awry. A-W-R-Y. And apparently it's Ori or Ari. I don't know how to say that. Yeah, I will reveal in a moment. Let me finish this game and I will tell you everything. Rookie 2 was played 92 and black basically just had a successful evac with the knight and now materially winning, positionally winning, everything winning. Here she takes, and that was the last opportunity to completely botch this by taking this and allowing a mate in 1, but that did not happen, so... Also, give YouTube stream a like for the algo. Oh, that's right, folks. Thanks for Legendary Kingslayer telling us the good. So, right now I'm streaming onto Twitter, of all places, YouTube, Kick, and Twitch. Of which the most important thing that I would like you to do is that if you are on Twitch, then please go over to YouTube, chuck a like, chuck a sub, pretend you love me, all that jazz. Now, for the Chessable. So, Jeremy Silman, The Amateur's Mind, is being turned into a Chessable course. I am going to be the narrator or the presenter. Shit, I'm missing TikTok. You are right. I should do that too. Presenter of that. Also, there is this quite popular Chessable course by, I think, Austrian, but maybe German Grandmaster Jörg Hickel called The Power of Pawns. P-A-W-N for the perfs. I am going to do a narration on that too, meaning that this is now going to come with a video as well. On top of this, I am writing right now the second chapter to the beginner course. That's like total rookies. Like none of you is interested in that whatsoever. That's like literally 0 to 500 rated players. That's free. I have started working on Chess Principles Reloaded 4. Ladies and gentlemen, the 4th installment of CPR, which is going to be endgame technique course due to public demand. That's 4. And I have got a 5th one. And because I like to be a mysterious bastard, I'm not gonna give that one away yet. That one is going to be for a very niche market. It's gonna be a very, very narrow topic. It's gonna be a collaboration between me and my former chess coach. It's gonna be absolutely mental. But it's gonna be a very narrow topic. And I don't want to give that away yet because that is still to be confirmed by Chessable and it's still in the works. It's still in the works big time. So that's what is agreed upon so far for this year. And needless to say that I'm super excited. For those of you who don't know, and this is an ultimate time that Red River is here now, I am going to be traveling to Barcelona in... What's the date today? Exactly a month. I mean a month and 3 days. To record those 2 courses, the Silman and the Hickel's course. So I will be in Barcelona in the Chessable head office for 2 weeks. And I'm actually going to overlap there with Chessable legend Christoph Selecki. So Christoph and I will be literally passing the studio to one another. He does morning recordings, I do afternoons. We are going to be even staying together. So it's going to be an epic 2 days trip. OXD, thank you, man. I'm very, very stoked about that. I can't wait. It's going to be an epic trip in Barcelona. We are going to probably record some other promo material for YouTube and stuff. I might teach a lesson or 2 to Anish if he shows up. So yeah, there's going to be a lot going on in about a month time. That is very, very true, guys. That is very true. For those of you who don't know this, the Rat River Trapper used to be a student of mine. back in the day when we still had time for such shenanigans. And he was one of the few people who kept on telling me that I should do a Chessable course. And by then, I had my CPI material pretty much ready, the first course, Center. And he was one pushing me to publish it through Chessable, which probably was the best chess decision I have made in my entire life. Chess associated decision. So yeah, doing mostly Chessable and less coaching these days. Nah, I wouldn't necessarily say that. I still do coach a fair bit. Yeah, I wouldn't say that. Oh, Red River Trapper was a bloody good student. I'm booked out like to here, but if the Red River wanted to come back, I would sleep an hour less. Teachers and coaches, they don't have favorites, but... And I'll leave that sentence hanging in the air there. Alright.
Hi Andres, I competed in a tournament last week and would love to send an endgame for you to break down once I've done my personal notation. Should I email it or what would be best? Thank you.
Sorry, I interrupted you there. Send it in the... Oh, you are on YouTube, aren't you? Send me a message on chess.com or send me a message on Twitch. These two would be easiest. Or even email is good, chesscoachandras@gmail.com, one of these. Parents also don't have favorites. Now, I'm exempt from that because I only have one daughter, so... She's definitely my favorite. Thank you for the dono. Lauren in the house. Bloody hell, all the heroes are back. Bertrude, no OnlyFans is not gonna happen. Not at all. For that, I would have needed a different content creator. Regrettably. Still playing tennis, bloody Earth Iron. That's where I'm going right after this stream. Yeah, more so than ever. Except I've got a very, very bad injury that doesn't seem to go away. So, yeah, there is... I don't play as much tennis as I would like to. My tennis elo? It would be pretty decent. It would be pretty decent. But because of my injury, I can't play competitive tennis, so I'm just training for training's sake. It's very sad, but after an hour, yeah, I'm a wreck. Like, I play for an hour, and then for 2 days after, my lower back is absolutely slaughtered. What if we get a collab for Amaranth? Yeah, that would be interesting. Did you know the Pope is really into cats? He's apparently a Catholic. Lauren, can you please go and stand in the corner for 5 hours now? And once you apologize to everyone who heard that, you can return. Freaks, yes, this is the next follower. Cheers, buddy. Alright, while I'm waiting for this game submission to arrive, I think George was the name of the dude who came up with the goods. Oops. Sorry, I don't know if that was visible on your end, but I minimized my browser by accident. I wanted to show you a game that I played today. Not because it's good, it is, but because there is a person in the house who I think is going to learn a lot from it, and that person is Jazz Mountain. Jazz allowed me to analyze one of his games last stream, which was a French. And in that French, he was very concerned about a particular push, the c4 push. And I tried to take it apart and explain why said push is not really good there. And today I played a game where I did do that. And so I would like to offer you here a bit of a contrast, so that you would see the difference between bad and not bad. Mr. Retriva, are we still competing, by the way? I would like to know what your chess is up to. Okay, let's have a look. So I played this game this morning, actually. And my opponent played the so-called absolute rotten garbage opening, aka the reverse Stonewall. And I actually happened to have a look at this with the engine about a month ago, and the engine just reckons that this is just absolute red hot poo for white. And it recommends roughly this piece layout, which I was following here. I don't know if 94 is correct. I'm skipping here a few moves that I'm not certain about. Awesome. How did you go? Do you have a beauty that we could have a look at after this? That would be great. So yeah, I don't know what I was doing here exactly well or not so well. I did have a brief look, but overall I already prefer my position at Shedload, because the respective bad bishops tell the whole entire story, right? So my bishop is supposed to be here, but it's not, whereas their bad bishop is just absolute giant poop. So we went into this. Castles, castles, queen e1, queen c7, all legal moves so far. Take. Rook took back. I would like to stress that I had a very cunning plan in case of pawn takes, which was to take this, takes, and then take this. And if they take back this way, then I thought that f4 in the long run was not holdable. Whereas if they take back like this, then knight b4 becomes a royal pain. And I thought I was being very smart. Anyway, they took back with the rook. I really hate this .com bug, by the way, that once I go into sideline, it turns the board pale, but when I go back into the main line, it doesn't turn it back to proper color. And I did play c4 here. And I'm firmly convinced that in this position, this is the best move for black. Now, what is the big difference here versus the Jazz Monton game that we looked at the other day? Now, for those of you who were not here for the Jazz Monton game, I'm going to try to recall the opening of that game for you. Likely I'm going to fail, because it was not my game but Jazz, and it was a couple of days ago. Is it b6? I think it was b6, bishop d3. Something like this was played. a5, queen e2, queen c7. Something like this, I think. And, no. I would be embarrassed to death if I couldn't recall it, man. And in this position, apparently we were worried about c4. Now, the big difference between c4 here, which is a total poop city move, and c4 here, which is a total legend, is, in my opinion, absolutely astounding. Because here c4, what it does is that it closes down the position on the queen side, and black has limited play there, to say the least. and we have got really easy access to kingside plans. Even h5, knight h4, f4, f5. Right? So here white has got a shed load of play on the king side. And white is calling all the shots here. And even if I do pull this off, I just drop back, and black has nothing. Right? Absolutely nothing. Right? However, in this position, once I play c4, the center closes down entirely. I have got an incredibly quick b5, b4. I will have an easy target then on c3. And, super importantly, white has absolute zilch to play for. And that's the most important comparison. So I'm going to show both from white's perspective, right? So his c4 hits like a truck. Right? He dropped back and he hasn't fired a single shot for the rest of the game. And in this regard, by the way, and I am adding this because I can see some of the comments, the bishops make no difference. If I add the dark squared, the black slide squared bishop on c8, which is the worst bishop in history, and I add a white knight on d2, the evaluation would barely change, if at all. It has very little to do with the bishops, and the reason for that is because due to the extremely closed situation in the center, it all comes down to who has got better play on the respective wings. And that's black. And so me having a bad bishop is neither here nor there. As long as I carry out b5, b4, black is killing it. The same way how, even if I removed this bishop and this knight from the board, black's position would still be a total piece of garbage because they do not have anything to play for other than this b5, b4 that does nothing here. Whereas my h5, knight h4, f4, g4, f5, it just sweeps everything away. And that's about it, guys. And let me tell you that I had a jolly good time converting this. Have a look at this. I freaking love this game. Actually, I will refresh the browser. I really want to see it in the proper colors. Thanks for the follows, by the way. Okay, I said I refreshed the browser. And then nothing happened. Don't you love that? Hello? Oh, it's refreshing. Okay. Let me refresh myself with a drink then. Master Juggernaut. Thank you, thank you, thank you. No, refreshing is not happening, ladies. Okay, 94. What way do we take back and why? There should be a circle on the right side that lets you... Oh! Haha! Thank you. Thank you. It should happen automatically, but thank you. A bit of light coke never hurt anyone. Alright. Python Dave comes in with the goods. Definitely DE. Definitely DE. And the reason is exactly what Python Dave is saying, because this paves the way for the greatest monster in history of chess. Right? Oh, wow. I clicked reload 75 hours ago, and it's happening now. Shite. Sorry. We have gone blank. Oh, shit. Oh, I mean, oh, damn. I still am getting used to this. Okay. Wow, it's still loading. This is bad news. Okay, here we go. Here we go. Or he will not go, apparently. Hey, Eleonora. How are you going? Oh, my word. My internet is terrible. Oh, come on. Sorry, guys. This is top quality chess streaming now. Bear with me. A matter of hours and we will be golden. In the meantime, by the way, have I received already that endgame that our friend wanted us to have a look at? Alright, here we go. So D was played. By the way, I don't know if the engine approves of this. That's what I wanted to check. Out of curiosity. But the engine lines are also not loading because my computer is a piece of poop. Would you take with the knight if you were white? I mean, definitely rather the knight than the bishop. But either case, it's horrible for white in my opinion. Anyway, let me show you how it went. So take, rook g3, knight e7, h4. That's what you call copium in chess, or being delusional. Knight d5, h5, a5. Oh! Speaking of the legends, Express Trains in the house. Long time no see, buddy. And I'm just killing them. And it's very, very fluid too. Like, look at what's happening. I played only one really bad move in the entire game, which is coming up soon. So I didn't even take because I really like this idea of pushing all the way. Proud of you, Trains. Proud of you, buddy. So a3 is incoming. And that just absolutely blasts the structure open. And again, observe how white is doing sweet bugger all on the king side. They took, and this is where I play like an absolute baboon, because here I didn't think at all. All I had on my mind was good bishop, bad bishop, no trade, and I buggered off to d6 like literally in 2 seconds. And that is just a horrible move, considering the fact that rook b8 essentially mops up the board. Like, it's very good to be positionally aware, and then it's also good to just realize that tactically we are completely winning. Right, so instead I pulled back. Bishop c3, but from here on out it's crystal clear. A3. Bishop h5, copium on steroids now. King h7. I could have gone to h8, but I really wanted to rain on the parade. I went to f7, queen h1, and that was the key move here. Book. Now, I had seen this motif already in the game, and I nearly played it here, when he played bishop here, right? Because now I can take and then come in with the check. And my bishop was already here when I realized that, oh, sheesh, if I take, king here, then the queen defends the rook. Oops. Let's not do that. And so that's how I backed off from that and played the right moves. But now that the queen has abandoned the g3 rook, now we are good to go in for the kill. The idea, of course, is after take, now the rook is a goner. Except here, I couldn't resist but to be a smart aleck. The easiest way to get the rook is e3 check, right? Oh, Naniwa in the house too. Good morning, Sweden. But I turned to be an absolute dirtbag here, and I'm so glad I did. I took b2 first. Now this is torture at its finest, really, when white has got 2 hanging bishops and 2 hanging rooks. And yes, g3 is hanging because I can play e3 and pick it off anytime I want. And luckily my opponent couldn't locate the resign button, so it did turn out to be a spectacular checkmate route with check, 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 and Matutski. I was very pleased with this finish. It's very basic, But I thought, yummo. Yummo, let's do this. Yeah, it wasn't too bad in the end. Yeah, it was a real Carnage City game. And no offense to anyone, but that was almost 2400 rapid, by the way. Yeah, bishop takes f4 is basic tactic. This I would not call anything but basic. Because after take, it's like worst case scenario, if you don't even see all the in-between moves, you can just go check and here. That's complete Carnage City already. So, yeah, Pompous, this is basic. Unfortunately or fortunately, depends on how you look at it. But, yeah. Master Juggernaut, I don't really have a streaming schedule. Generally speaking, I stream late morning AEDT times. So about 4 hours earlier than this. Yeah, the king of StarCraft is normal people win with too fewer pieces. I don't know what you mean, but Pompous, trust me, this is basic stuff. Yeah, Master Juggernaut, the best you can do, buddy, is follow me on Twitch, follow me on YouTube. Generally speaking, weekdays about 11 AEDT AM is my streaming time. Which is about evening hours in the US. Where are you from, Juggernaut? The good news is that now almost every single stream I do is being streamed onto YouTube as well, so you can watch it there. Alright, there was a guy who donated me, George, a couple of dollars for me to take a look at his end game. I have never received that end game. If you are still interested in me taking a look, if you are in the US, you will catch me because, yeah, usually this is not my prime time to stream, but a little bit earlier. Okay, so if there is nobody in the house who is going to chuck at us a game to analyze, then we might have a look at another game. Ooh! Actually, why don't we have a look at some Sveshnikov shenanigans? Limon YT, remember that this is the general rule. And I would like to insist on that because almost everyone goes with that. Sorry guys, I just got a score sheet texted to me because a student of mine is currently playing in a tournament.
Welcome to the jungle. We got fun and games.
Casual in the house. Do you guys want to see how my student won in first round of a tournament in Australia? Very quickly, let's have a look. Casual dad, 21 months, ladies and gentlemen. That's what we call dedication. Well, yes and no. I mean, I already saw it as I looked at it. Like, I've gone through the game in my head. but I thought I would very quickly show it to you if chess.com agreed to do that, which is a very big if. Currently, I'm struggling to get an anal board up. Oh, here we go. There's an anal board here. So, the student is white. Oh, no, sorry. My bad. Student plays the London. Student plays the London. So, this is how it went. Joke's on you. Joke's on you. There is no student that plays the London. Absolutely no way. Analysis board, Naniva. Yeah, that you misheard that. Actually, can someone clip that for me? That would be an epic YouTube short. That would be an epic YouTube short if someone could clip that, please. Bishop g5, e5. So this is a terrible move. Does anyone know why? Very good. Oh, thank you, Limon. Thank you, thank you. Knight f5. Excellent. This is the reason why e5 is rubbish. Opponent took, we took back. Opponent played queen d7. Another horrid move. Take, take, knight d5. And this is more or less resignable already. Opponent played bishop g7. We played queen g4. I love this move too, by the way, because it encourages the opponent to blunder a queen instead of an exchange. This was 1458. I think that's ACF. That's Australian rating. So they played rook g8, knight check, check, king e7, bishop c4. Very clean game by student. Very clean. I'm very, very impressed. d5 castles, queen e8, take, take, bishop takes. Very clean. Rook a7, rook e1, very good. Knight d7, bishop takes. This is fantastic, man. Wow, this is really good. Oh, they went king e7. f4, knight c5, fe, check here. This is an absolute carnage city. g3, that's the only... Wait, what? Hold up. Did I do this right? Oh, no, I didn't. Sorry. They played bishop d5 here correctly. Excellent. b6. Then takes. Then here. Very good. a5, g3. That's the first read move that I don't like. And that's move 24. f6 check was completely killing. b5, h4, bishop back, f6, king f8, e6, king e8, check, king here, and mate. All right, I'll take this as a first round dub. I'll take that. I'll take that. That was almost clinical. That was almost clinical. What is he? 10. Oh, for a 10-year-old, that was acceptable, right? I think for a 10-year-old, that was acceptable. They played way above their level. I don't know what you mean by that. I'm trying to get a game review from .com, by the way, but that's not happening. Orion calendar. No, that's the bare minimum how 10 years old need to play these days if they want to do anything in chess at all. Yeah, alright, so I was busy considering a Sveshnikov game. But maybe not. Yeah, I would really like to have a look at some games of the audience rather than me offering the subject of the analysis all the time. If possible. Pompous, you are not supposed to compare yourself to others. That, especially not in chess. Because that usually leads to very, very bitter conclusions. Your only measuring stick is yourself. Do you want us to have a look at that, Jazz? But I didn't say what White's rating was. I said Black's rating, Juggernaut. Thank you. The only reason why I'm wearing this hat, by the way, while streaming is because if I turn on the correct light in the room that lights me up properly, then, well, it projects heat. And given that it's already 32 degrees outside, I would be absolutely cooking. With the existing heat, if I remove the hat, my forehead and the top of my head just glares up like mad.
Welcome to the jungle. We got fun and games. Welcome to the jungle.
Jazz coming at us with the goods. Thank you, buddy.
Welcome to the jungle. We got fun and games.
Okay, I lost that game, so I can't check the...
Welcome to the jungle. We got fun and games. Welcome to the jungle. We got fun and games.
Can't hack the heat? Not really, no. No, Aussie heat is unbeatable, mate. It just comes and gets ya. Ooh, that's a stalemate. Was it an intentional one, or what happened there, bud? Oh boy, this internet is so shite. Can someone please give me $2 million so I can move to a civilized country where I don't have to wait 7 hours for a game to load up because my internet is so shit? Bad. Pure Pug, welcome in, welcome in. Okay, so I have the game and we are white. Okay. Oh, you played this line. Oh, man. I used to think of you highly. And now it's all gone. Okay. Let's go. This is still fun. This is still fun. If I'm not mistaken, this looks a bit dodge. Yeah, very good. Would I consider moving to Hungary? No. I love living in Australia, to be fair. I'm just pissed off because my internet is shite. No, I absolutely love Australia. Yeah, I know this is a ginger line, and also Jesse Cry likes this line a lot and promotes it for the dojo folks. Yeah, I'm not sure about h4, but I don't know the theory of this. I would play probably rook e1 here based on just feel. Because I feel like I like this pin. And h4 just disallows you know, the pin. How do you all final therapy being today? I think there was a lot of autocorrect in that. Right, so I don't like h4 here. Because h6 and you can't maintain the pin. I would play here rook e1. And just hold. Queen d2, rook c1. Play all the moves in the book before they demonstrate how they want to get out of this. Yeah, I didn't like this. So rook e1, if h6 you pull back. And you're trying to provoke g5. I thought. And then come back. Because now this is very loose, man. Like, what's going to happen with the big boy? Alright, so now it's not so easy for black to consolidate. And the point, Jazz, is that we are aiming to play h4 now. Because now you have something to bite into. So, for example, bishop g7 and then h4. Matt Pat's last game theory being today. I think Rookmaster, you are either high as a kite, or you need to throw away whatever device you have made because it's terrible. I disagree with that nose because, yeah, I just don't know where the king... What do you do here with black in terms of your king? I may be wrong. I don't know. Like, you go here, I go here. Now you're forced to push h5. Now I play f3. And it just seems to me that this king is dead, man. Like, knight g5, rook e1. This is loose. Yeah, I just don't like the look of this. I just don't like the look of this at all. Well, now it has to do something. I mean, you can't leave a king in the middle for eternity, right? Yeah, h4 here, I don't find it productive at all. If you could play h5 next, then I would be all for it. But because of h6 hits... Yeah, I would play now h5 though. Which we didn't do. Why didn't we play h5 here? I mean, it's not necessarily an obvious move. Like, you could say, why would I? I guess I wanted to do that here. Okay, let's go. Rook e1 is good. Queen b6, a3, yeah. So now queen b2, knight a4 is a queen trap, good. By the way, that's part of the reason why I wanted to play h5. Whoa. Not g3? That's interesting. I thought we would pull back here and then h5, no? Or is this winning because of knight b6? Jazz, you need to teach me, my friend. What's going on if I take this? I'm not feeling it. So knight b6, let's say I go here. How am I losing? Is it... I don't know. Maybe knight d... Oh yeah, this is looking shaky. Maybe knight d7. With the idea that if knight takes, I take this. If rook takes... Yeah, actually, I don't know. I still don't see this. What was the plan here? Knight takes, bishop b6. I didn't have any intention to take this, but maybe I should. I mean, takes, queen f4 looks completely winning for black too, right? Oh, wait, I missed this. But this is on. Yeah, I don't believe in this. I don't believe in this. I'm a bit curious about why we played this bishop b3 thing. I would have gone back here and h5 next. I think. Yeah, exactly. Who was the bozo who made a4 undefended? Yeah, I find this move very speculative. Also, you spent on this 20 seconds. I would have spent at least 3 minutes on this. Because it would have to be that good. Okay, b5 looked absolutely suicidal. That? Really? Okay, so hold on a tickerino. If I go h5, 95, 95, 95, bishop f4, then knight d3 and e1 hangs. What a lucky... I still don't want to accept that this is the right move. I mean, I would rather play bishop d2 than take this, to be honest. Well, just because it's not yeah, just because it's hanging, it doesn't mean you have to defend it, right? I mean, that's what we call tactics in the biz, right? So I could play bishop c2 to just demonstrate the idea, and 95 loses to 95, 95, bishop f4, and it's game over, right? So it's not that clear that it's hanging, and therefore I have to take. Yeah? Yeah, I don't know. I don't like bishop g6 here. I don't know if bishop d2 is a better move or holding the house. The machine likes you a lot. I'm not keen. But okay, let's move on. Yeah, this is great. Ooh, 94 game over. Wait, what? Hello, 94? What happened, Jazz? 94. What am I No? Uh-oh. Oh, come on, man. Like, how can you miss 94 when your last move is rook c1 and your opponent walks into a pin? I would really like to be kind and supportive and understanding and all that, but like, that is inexcusable, man. I absolutely cannot give you any excuse for missing knight d4. I mean, you just literally set up the pin and they walked headfirst into it. If your first instinct here is not that has to be losing, you are not part of the game, man. Like, you need to check in with yourself about your thought process and what you think about your opponent's moves. Because rook c8 is screaming at you that I suck, as in the move. Like, this has to be losing. 94, hello? King d7. I mean, if this doesn't lose, I don't know. I would be willing to offer you that I quit chess. Stakes? What? Take. Is it what we're going to play? Like, isn't it mate? It's mate, guys. It's over. Like, what do you do? King b7, queen d4, Matutski there, no? King d7, I don't know, queen d4 again, and then just, yeah, it's unplayable. Yeah, what I was trying to say, but perhaps I didn't phrase it too well, is that this is a very, very commonplace theme in a lot of club level players' games when the game reaches a point where you must sense that tactics are abound. Because you have full development, there is a pin on the board, your opponent's pieces are all over the shop. Everything is signaling you that There has to be a killing blow here. So yeah, this was, and even like something really lame, like rook c3 and then just tripling up here would be absolutely terminal. Oh, mate. And you played that in 1 second. Oh, man. It's not even the move that you play that upsets me. It's the very apparent lack of awareness. That's what this is. That you don't realize that you're sitting on a gold mine. You don't need to apologize, buddy. You don't owe me apologies. You need to think about how you can fix it so that next time you don't do this. Right? Because this is something that you can very easily fix, and I want you to fix it, which is why I'm telling you what I'm telling you. Right? Like, you seem to be so caught up in the moment and in the tempo of the game that you don't seem to have this ability to take a step back and go like, hang on a tick, I'm completely killing it. My opponent is sitting in a pin. They are 700 moves away from castling. This hasn't developed. This hasn't developed. The queen is doing bugger all. All of my pieces are perfectly functioning. If this is not +5, then, you know, I am the Queen of England. So where is my kill? That's all it takes. But this should go through your brain, all of what I just said. Right? Now, I spoke very fast with a lot of aggro in it, but even then, it took 15 seconds just to go through this. For you to play this took 1 second. So it's all in you. You just need to let it out. Yeah, this would have broken my heart if my opponent castled from this position. Like, you really need to have a very good look at this, Jazz. Because if someone told me that from this position, black is going to be able to castle without losing significant amount of material, I would be like, uh-oh, not under my watch, baby. Not under my watch is that not happening. Cheers, shout out to GM Arutinyan. Thank you so much, buddy, for the... Raiderino, I hope you had a great stream. Thank you. Welcome in, Raiders. We are critically analyzing a viewer game at the moment, and boy, am I turning on the critical. Absolutely I am, because that's what we are known for. So yeah, this is another way, Jazz, that I want you to look at this, that you allowed your opponent from this position to castle safely. That's like, no. That cannot possibly happen. On that note, by the way, in this position, I would have been super keen to calculate AB. AB. 3 + 6 makes me happy. Being the queen also makes me happy. Win-win. Did you look at AB, Jazz? AB, rook takes BC. Bishop back to B4. Queen takes A6, and then they castle again. So, yeah, I don't see a clear win there, to be fair. So I think that's good. Take. Bonner, I think you missed the boat there. Jazz was never a student. Yeah, you missed the boat there. 94, great. 95 though. Tuck. Okay, we should win that. Yeah. Take. Oh, wow. Never mind. Tuck. Whoa. Wait, I missed a lot of boats here. Hello, Jasmonton. Rook c7. Now, I gave you a lot of poop for missing knight d4. Now I have to pay you back for that one for this rook c7. What an absolute legend. Oh, as you should be, my friend. As you should be. That move is easily a body count of at least 50 per year. Like, you just recuperated and some, my friend. That is the ultimate, coach proud of you moment. So for those of you who are still baffled by this queen takes, and then knight e6 check regains everything with interest. I'm very, very proud of you for that. Oh, and that's how the game went too. Okay, you know what's gonna kill us though? That I'm going to absolutely shred you for not winning this. That's the hard part. That I'm looking at this and I'm going like, what the heck, man? How did we not win this? Exomorphy, welcome in. I must say though that your first comment being EZ is more than concerning, but I will give you a chance to bounce back from that. Hey! Now we're talking. Now we are talking, baby. Oh, you are a viewer of Mr. Artinyan. Welcome, buddy. Welcome. Is your name a reference to Paul Morphy? I hope so. In that case, we are very good friends. Yeah, this is all G. This is all G. Yep. I approve. I would have played the bishop d4, but that's okay. That's okay. Whoa. By the way, Jazz, I've got something very dark to tell you, buddy. Remember how you played a4 in 1 second, and I was like going to town on you for that? This, my friend, this is the time when you need to play 1 second moves. Like, thinking in this position half a minute. Oh, you said rook c4, the easy masterclass. Yeah, right. Yeah, king e2 half a minute when you have got 215 on the cock is just unreal, man. Like, that's inexplicable. Like, why would you spend half a minute? Well, to be fair, it was only 21 seconds, but nonetheless, it just, your time consumption doesn't make sense. Well, I would be willing to go like, yeah, fair enough, but what are you thinking about, mate? Like, you need to bring your king to the center. Hey, sign up. Like, what is there to think about? It's like Jessica Alba rocks up to you and says, hey, Jazz, I've got 2 free hours and my date didn't show up. Would you like to go out with me and have dinner and Netflix and chill after? And you go like, hold on. I need to think. It's like, no, you don't. Actually, no. The only thing you do not need to do in that situation is to think. You just go, yes. And your headphones can fall down 700 times and you still go, yes. No need to think. It's a given. It's a given. So yeah, time consumption is really bad here. Call me crazy, but isn't g4 a forced win here? Like, when I play g4, I see a queen already here, right? Can someone clip the Jessica Alba, please? If it's not too late. Thank you. Hey, pin drop silence. Thank you. Jazz, g4, h4, g5, and queen. Synap, I'm not. No. No, I'm not. I usually am not, by the way, FYI. We have got bigger fish to fry. If the Jessica Alba analogy is still savable, can someone please clip it for me? Thank you. So, yeah, Jazz, g4, mate. If h5, g5 is queen. If the king comes down, f4, g5, and queen. That's it. That's 3 seconds, 10 moves done. That's it. Yes, I am sign up. That's exactly what we're doing. That is precisely what we're doing. No, I think it's the stream knows. My internet is shit. No, it's definitely me. Okay, sign up. I have a bad news for you. The short answer is yes. The long answer is in the link after analysis. Oh, sorry, that's not a link. That's your intel. His hands and arms green. It's the burn from the lighting. Well, sign up, you're on. Jazz, I can't get over the fact that in 17 seconds, we can't give a mate here. Once again, I do not want to be a douchebag to you, but it's unacceptable. You need to practice this, man. As stupid as it sounds. Yeah, I'm almost reluctant to show you the rest of the game because I don't want to embarrass him. But, yeah, like you have a mate in 4 here, FYI, with king, king, and then, yeah, just continue coming down and mate. But, that's difficult to spot if you tend to be the nervous kind, right? So the easiest way to mate is check, king down, check, king down, and mate. And if you do this in in more than 3 seconds, we have problems. Right? Like this second mate should take you, like it's constant pre-moves, right? Like check, you pre-move king g4. So this is free. You pre-move queen d2 when you play king g4. You pre-move king g3. And it's mate. So actually, you should be able to give a mate here with about half a second lost on the clock. And I hate the art of how to checkmate in 0 time with a mouse in your hand. But it's very frustrating to not to win a game like that. Again, king g4, pre-move queen d2 is mating free. Yeah? King g3, pre-move queen c1 mate. It's, yeah. Where the hell did your time go, bro? This move, 8 seconds, queen g5. Oh boy. Sign up. First of all, you want to send bad games, not good ones. Because the idea is to learn. Not to go like, rockstar. Jazz, this was a lot better game than the last one. A lot better. I was very happy with what I saw here for the most part. By the way, yeah, the engine loves your h4 move here, just FYI. I was gonna play rook e1. And actually the engine here thinks that g5, bishop g3, bishop d7 is not too bad. Jazz is 30, his body count is 300 after rook c7. Yes, Magnus Carlsen, yep. Oh, this is something I wanted to show you, buddy. I was wondering about this too. We had here bishop takes g6 takes and then knight takes d5. And this is the type of stuff that, once again, you should be hardwired for. Yes, absolutely knows all, yes. And the idea is that after takes e6, bishop c8, this is just carnage city. Every legal move wins. It's pretty brutal. Queen c2, knight e7, and rook a1 is the engine's favorite line. Wow. Who can find a winning move after bishop e6? Yes, Sinep, go for it, buddy.
Show me the money!
It's okay, no, Zyme. You know, like, you can send the game. I will begin the action when his side of the action took place. So, yeah, what's the win here, folks? Whatever works, buddy. It's up to you. Yeah, bishop c7 creates a disconnect. This is so beautiful to watch this. Like, the engine just plays chess from a different planet. Absolutely breathtaking stuff. Jazz, that would have been a hell of a way to finish this game, right? A hell of a way. So one more time, Jazz, I'm hoping that you're still here. So after knight g6, you had bishop takes pawn takes knight here. This is, by the way, a hidden benefit of having rook e1 in. Or not so hidden, depending on how good a player you are. Guys, did we manage to clip the Jessica Alba thingy-mabobby or not really? That would have made a very nice YouTube short. Which color are we, buddy? I followed, if that counts. No, it doesn't count. What counts is right above your message, Chief. Yeah, I think I have got bad news for you. I hate to be a douche, but this is a rule that I have been applying to everyone, and you haven't earned to be an exception to this rule yet. Look, we don't have to do this. Like, I don't want to make you feel like you're forced into things you don't want to do, but that thing cuts both ways. Like, I can be forced into doing what I don't want to do either, right? I almost feel like I've seen this game before. No, it's all good, bruv. It's all good. But has been. Welcome. How's it going? Yeah, Jez, I think, yeah, I quite like this game actually. There was a lot of goodies in here, unlike in the other one. So, yeah, I think you should be mostly proud of this one. And think about how you can take it from here. Provided that you are still here. Yeah, Rook C7, boy. You should definitely put that on the mantelpiece, as well as on your Tinder profile, by the way. Like, that should be a Tinder picture. Rook C7, no doubt. I played a hilariously funny game today, guys. Do you want to see it? While we are waiting for some action to happen, I will show you a very funny game. Okay, here we go. Here we go. So, bishop e3, tuck, tuck. My opponent played knight c6 here. And I really thought that this was a losing move. And then after knight c3, queen d6, I lost faith. I don't know, I do know why. I wanted to play d5. I thought that this was completely winning. And then I realized that after knight b4, bishop c4, b5, bishop b3, bishop b7, I have got a very hard time here to defend the pawn on d5. Now, in hindsight, I should have given exactly 0 tosses about that. Castle, go knight d5, knight d5, knight d5, and maybe play bishop d4 here. And I would say that white has got absolutely sensational compensation here for the pawn, if not outright winning. What do you guys reckon? So one more time. D5, knight B4, bishop here, here, and castles. Yeah, Bonapool, I think that's a very good summary, yeah. Yeah, it started off with a dinner with Jessica Alba, and in the end, she came up with a headache. Oh, wow! The engine says dead even. Get out of town. I find it very difficult to believe that this is even. Wow. Apparently we don't have enough here. I would have played Hiroki 1 based on feel. What's wrong? Knight F4. This looks horrible. The engine doesn't know how to play chess. Okay, 95. Let's go. Full Monty. Oh, bishop e7 and just castles. Okay. So I'm glad I didn't do this. So instead I played the absolute chicken fiesta a3. Please forgive me. By the way, is that engine's favorite move? Ooh, I really need to pee. Bishop g4. I thought this was rubbish too. d5. Here. Bishop e2. And here I decided to take back with the pawn because I wanted to score another tempo on the bishop in order to slow down the development of the king's side. The engine prefers bishop takes though. And that's fair enough because after takes, this is an hell of a position to be in full black. So in hindsight, I do regret that I didn't do this. I played pawn takes. Then I went queen b3. Once again, trying to keep them busy. Delaying the development. And they went like, nah, I'm developing. I went like, fair enough. Take, take, take. And here I missed a really good move for white. Which, admittedly, didn't even occur to me. Please write your language, Boner. Ademojk, thank you. Or Ademoik. Depending on which part of the world you are from. I played a queen takes a6. But what is the right move? The right move, ladies and gentlemen, is queen a7. Keeping the queens on the board, so that after castles I can play either rook to d1 with a tempo on the queen. Bishop here, and now they can't castle because this is hanging. Okay, c1 is probably one of the good moves here. Juste a demo. I agree. I don't know what that means, but I would like to encourage you to switch to English at this point, please. I understand some Hungarian as well. Engines is a scared cat. Okay, fair enough. All right, so unfortunately I chickened out with a6, and we went into this endgame. And I thought, okay, this is gonna be a fair ride here, because this endgame is not a brain dead win. You don't speak Bosmag. That's with an A, and it has a D in it too. Although when you pronounce it Bosmag, the D is not really audible. No, I was born in Hungary, and I can swear like an absolute trooper. Check. Key move. Bishop d7. And so at this point I thought bishop takes, knight takes, and I was gonna play bishop d4 to deny knight e5, but also to deny the bishop's development by hanging g7. And then the most unexplainable thing happened. After takes, they instantly took back with the king. To my absolute dismay and shock. Why was I shocked? Long castle, babeski. Checkerino, sexy. Whoop, whoop. That's how we roll, ladies. That's how we roll. Yeah, I thought that I would show you this cutie. I didn't expect it to pop up at all. Nice. Nice. Check. Triggered immediate resignation. Rook d2. Well, the problem is that I can't pre-move king b2 in a way that it doesn't work out, right? Because after rook d2, king b2 is illegal. So you can't trick me. No, I did not stalemate, no. But I don't think that was a fair jab at Jazz Monton. I mean, look, we have all had our fair share of not so great moments when it comes to converting an edge. I'll show you something that didn't happen but could have happened today in one of my games. And I really do regret that it didn't happen, but it was out of my control. I had this game. I will spare you from the details and to just cut to the chase. So, without being aware of what I was doing, I actually set up an absolutely genius attacking scheme by playing bishop c4 and then playing rook d3. And here my opponent played a5. And this move told me that my opponent wanted to play bishop a6. That's what I assumed. And I realized the winning tactic for white that wouldn't quite work because of a certain check. And so I played a king b1, hoping that my opponent would do this. And I wanted to pull off a tactic here that according to the engine doesn't even work. Can you figure out what I wanted to do? Actually, I still don't understand why it doesn't work. Just quite hilarious. What was my intention here, ladies? Who can see? You say that Queen H7 is alluring, but it doesn't work. But why not? Isn't it check, check, knight G6 and mate is unstoppable? Isn't it a forced win? What am I missing? The engine doesn't list it as a winning move, so I'm wondering. Oh, shut up! And now the engine says it's forced mate. How crap is the engine in .com land? Jesus, it does work. I thought I missed something, but I'm like, I don't see it. It's like, I kid you not, I had been staring at the engine eval and it didn't see it. Nah, it's chess.com 16. That was my plan, and then yeah, they didn't fall for it. Unfortunately, they played his c5 in the game, or bishop g1, yeah, rather. And I can't go for this because the bishop is covering this. And then I played f5 with the idea of shutting the diagonal so that I can go for it. And then I forgot that now I just shut my queen. I should have played g4. That would keep the motif alive. I wonder if the engine will spot it now. No. It's still not spotting it. It's insane. It doesn't recognize this thread until I play it out. It's unbelievable. Oh, I'm on minimum depth. Yeah, I played f5 and then we both botched 700 wins and then in the end I came up victorious. What is bishop g1? I don't know. Some of his moves felt very weird. Very, very weird. Like I just couldn't figure out the purpose of his moves. And I checked after with the engine, they were all top choices. Like here he played c5 top engine move. I'm like, what the hell is that? And then bishop a6 top engine move. See, oh, that was it. c4 double exclam, right? Double exclam. I take it, and then he plays bishop h2 double question mark. I am like, why would you play c4, right? And then take h2? Like, what kind of logic is that? And I'm not accusing or anything like that, but it's so weird that you play a double exclam followed by a double question mark, and the two moves have absolutely zero connection with one another. Like if they wanted to play bishop h2, why bother playing c4? And if you play c4, isn't the idea to kill me here, and after bishop c4 you play rook b7 like a chess player? Like I just didn't get the logic of what was going on, but I'm feeling a bit embarrassed to criticize it whilst his name is on the screen. But yeah, this was really weird. Well, it feels fishy, but like, see, the overall evaluation or analysis is that we both played with a 77% accuracy, so, and he lost. So who does that, right? So, but anyway, it was just weird. It was just weird. All right, ladies and gentlemen, I think this is a good time to call it a day. I think this is a good time to call it a day. Who the heck is streaming right now is the big question. Oh, sheesh. Wait, what? No, I don't think it was fishy. It was weird, rather. Hmm. Alright, well, I've got no one, literal no one to... Oh, yeah, okay, no Nime is here. Alright, let's do that. Alright, that's gonna be it for us for today, guys. I'm not sure if I will be back tomorrow. I think we had a lot of fun. We learned a lot today. And that is exactly what we do best when we do well. So on that note, I will read you off now. Please go and check out my YouTube channel and send me love. Thanks for the donations and the subs, lovely humans. Take care. Bye. OCE streamers. I don't know what OCE is. Can you explain, please? Too late, Bona. Sorry.